Fossils, Unit 4.4. We are going to explore how fossils are impressions or remains of things that were once alive. The pattern in the rock shown by the photo is a fossil of this animal, a flying reptile called pterodactyl. The animal had a long beak, a long neck, claws on its wings, and 2 feet. All pterodactyl died a very long time ago, but scientists have found many fossils of these animals in rocks. A fossil is an impression made in mud. The hard parts of the dead animal press into the mud. The shape of the hard parts is copied in the mud. Over a long time, mud turns into rocks. Activity 1. So many fossils. You will need fossils, photographs of fossils, magnifying glasses. Look at the pictures of different fossils on the next page. One shows the first bird, Archaeopteryx. Can you see its body parts? Can you see its feathers? Use a magnifying glass to look at some fossils or these photographs. Can you see the parts of the animals or plants? A fossil bird, a fossil fish, a fossil dragonfly. Use a magnifying glass to look at some fossils or these photographs. Can you see the parts of the animals or plants? The first one is a fossil of leaf, and the second one is a fossil of dinosaur eggs. Draw one of the fossils and write notes. Fossils are often preserved with smaller fish in their jaws and stomach. This, as well as their large, sharp teeth, indicates they were predators. Their rearward-oriented fins on back and underside were an adaptation for speed. How do you think the fossil was made? Make a fossil. Make your own fossil by pressing a shell into clay to make an impression with plaster and let it dry. Then pull out the dry plaster shaped like a shell. Scientists who find fossils. Most fossils are buried under rocks deep underground. Sometimes the sea or a river will wash the rock away so that the fossil is easy to find. If scientists find a fossil, they dig it up very carefully. These pictures show how a fossil formed deep in the ground can appear at the surface. Think like a scientist. Make a fossil dig. You will need a large tray or box, sand, shells, or fossils, a trowel, paint brushes, a magnifying glass. When scientists dig for fossils, they must be very careful. The fossils must not be damaged. This is why they use small tools and even paint brushes to brush away soil and sand. Can you find the buried fossils in the sand tray? Try doing this without damaging them. A different type of fossil. Some fossils are different. This insect was trapped many years ago in sticky tree gum. Now we can see it very clearly as a fossil insect. Think like a scientist. Finding about Mary Anning. You will need books about fossils, The Internet. Over 200 years ago, Mary Anning lived by the sea in England. Mary collected fossils and became famous as a fossil collector. Below is a photograph of the fossil she discovered. At that time, most scientists were men. Have a look in the books and on the internet for information about Mary Anning, her father, and her dog Trey. With a friend, make a poster about Mary's fossils collecting. Include 3 or 4 interesting things about her life. What kind of science enquiry skills are you using here? Paleontologist Mary Anning. Why did Mary Anning become famous? Mary Anning, 21st March 1799 to 9th March 1847, was an English fossil collector, dealer, and paleontologist who became known around the world for the discoveries she made. How could you study living things in your local environment? If you become a scientist, what would you study? Scientists engage in a wide array of fields, each contributing to our collective understanding of the natural world. I would prefer to do scientific research in the field of engineering or medical or any life sciences. Mary Anning was an ordinary person until she started to find fossils. She then became famous as a scientist. How does this make you feel about getting interested in science? This motivates and encourages us to be a scientist and know more about life sciences. Check your progress. Name the human organs below. A is lungs, B is stomach, C is the brain, D is the heart, and E is intestine. Say which group each animal belongs to. Choose from these groups. Look at this life cycle of a frog, then answer the questions below. Which stage follows the tadpole without legs? Answer is stage 3. Which stage follows the small frog with a tail? Froglets. In what 2 ways is the frog different from the tadpole without legs? Frog has legs, tadpole does not have legs. Frog live on land and water, tadpole lives only in water. Draw a food chain including 3 or more of these living things.